All right, so today is Monday, as you guys know, because it is Military Monday. Before we get into this video though, I'm going to go over a couple things real quick. So the reason why I'm doing these videos, now a lot of people, I got a lot of interesting comments on the last video, which was, it'll be linked below if you haven't seen that one, but it's got a little over 700,000 views in a week, which is pretty good. It's actually really good. I'm really happy I was able to reach that many people, but the reason why I am doing these is because I'm trying to share a message to like other veterans so the ones that are struggling. I know there's a lot that are struggling. I know there is, because I have buddies that are, and they text me and he says he's struggling constantly still. So after 4 years, I thought it was finally time for me to just start letting and tell stories, just so everybody knows that it does get better over time. Because when I was in the Army, the average suicide in the Army and the military in general, the Army I know for a fact has a suicide rate of 1 a day. One person in the military that's active duty kills himself a day, which is crazy, and it's usually due to like PTSD or some sort of issues. And most people don't want to go out there and talk about it, or even like remotely even think about what happened. And that's usually when it gets bottled up. They start thinking things, and bad things happen. And that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. Is I'm trying to explain. I mean, I waited 4 years to do this. Before I did this, I started doing YouTube full time. I had an insane, I came back from Afghanistan and had an insane drinking problem. I drank every single day, and that's basically how I coped with issues. But now that I got YouTube, so I don't drink. Not nearly, I mean, I might have a beer here and there, but I do not drink the way I used to. So I'm just letting you guys know, all the veterans out there, or whoever's watching this is basically why I'm doing these videos, to let people know there is a way to cope with stuff. Just don't leave it bottled up inside. You're gonna end up doing something really dumb, and you're gonna hurt other people. Now for the other thing, I am very thankful for all the comments that I got in the last video saying that I'm a hero. That is not the case, and that's the way, not how I was trying to portray myself as. I was over there doing my job, and just, if you were in that situation, you would do the same thing. I promise you. It's one of those kind of things where you just nut up and you do it. The guys that are heroes are like these guys, the guys that are dead. Those guys are heroes, not me. I just was doing my job, and I guarantee you every single service member will tell you the same exact thing. They were just doing their job. But with that being said, this video is it's got a little humor to it. It's kind of funny. It's not nearly as serious as the last video, but after this video, then it's going to turn into, it gets a little bit more serious because we change locations and it gets a little bit worse, and it's kind of funny. But with that being said, let's get into today's video, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. Like I said, this one's not going to be like as serious as the last one. It's got a little humor to it. We got rid of some bad guys at the same time, and all in all, it was still a kind of funny story. And it's not one that really bothers me. It's one that I like to tell people. It's kind of funny because I don't think it happens very often, so it's kind of random. So we go into this area. We're gonna go clear I'd call it a village, but it's kind of like a city. It's a city in Afghanistan, basically. There's a lion right there. This thing was about the size of Fort Worth, but don't imagine it didn't have like skyscrapers or big buildings. It was just spread out, like it had a lot of people in there. How about that? Now the whole point of going to this area was because we were planning on clearing it and recovering a stolen 50 cal sniper rifle that was taken from another country years before. The Taliban had taken and blown up one of their convoys and stole a bunch of equipment, and one of that thing was a sniper rifle. And if you guys don't know, but being on the receiving end of a 50 cal sniper rifle, or knowing that your enemy has access to one and is in your area, is it's not the greatest feeling. So if you have intel that it's there, you're probably gonna go get it. So that's what we were doing. Now with that being said, so here's kind of the area, and here's the layout. You can see how big the valley is. Now the valley is huge. We're just kind of up here doing a little bit of recon, making sure that there's nothing in place, where we're kind of getting a lay of the land before we're having to infill at night. Doing bigger scaled operations at night is kind of interesting because a lot of stuff can go wrong real fast. All right, so we're gonna jump ahead a couple days. So now we've done our little scouting and we've done all that. Now the guys I'm with, the group I'm with, and a couple of the guys that we always go out with, the group, we're at a bigger camp. I would call it a camp because the thing that we were staying on with the teams, we were staying in very small, remote locations, and we go to the bigger ones to refit for water, ammo, and whatever else we needed if it wasn't airdropped in. Well, we go to this place because this is what we're going to do the mission out of. This is like a hub, how you put it. Now we're gonna jump ahead, so we get everything done. Now we're on our way to infill. And I remember I was sitting in the back of one of these. I was sitting in the back of a side-by-side, and it was one of the most rough rides I've ever had in my life. This is one of the times when I told you guys in the last video that we didn't ever ride 3 into it, but this one time I was riding in the back of it, and we had a 50 cal on the back of the side-by-side, and I was just, or 240 Bravo, one of the two. I think it was a 240 on this one, and this thing was just racking everywhere. It was just beating me up as we're bouncing off rocks and bumps and craters in the ground, beating the living crap out of me. But we get up into this position. Now I'm gonna kind of do a drawing for you guys on this whiteboard so you guys can kind of see. It's nighttime right now. We've infilled, and now they've kind of got eyes on target what we're supposed to be doing. Okay, so our big thing here was we're gonna come in. There's a big hill right here. I just did this a second ago, but the lighting was real bad, so we're redoing it. Big hill here. This is one of the hills, and there's a hill over here on this side. All right, it's a little kind of creek channel valley, as you would say. We came up through here, and we parked a lot of our stuff. This is kind of where we put all the Overwatch going, looking like this. Now there's another hill way over here, giant hills, and there's also another group of guys that are up here infield looking down this way. Now in the middle between all this is where everything really takes place. This entire story really takes place on. This is where the river is. This is where all the houses are, villages, culottes, everything. Everything you can think of is in between here. So now I'm sitting here. This is directly where I'm sitting, looking this way. There's a bunch of bushes here, right in here on my side. And then on this side, there's a bunch of bushes and a river channel that runs through it. All right? So this is where I'm at. So as you guys just saw that drawing, I'm sitting on a hill, looking down into a valley. Now this valley has houses, bushes, a river running through it. No one is really out moving because it's nighttime and they don't really know we're there. When you have birds on station, they don't come into the area because, like I said in previous videos, and it spooks and then you have a bunch of issues. So we have birds on standby basically. So they start doing the clearing up. The probability of having friendly fire is pretty high in comparison to the normal stuff because you have guys on one hill, guys on another hill on the other side, and the guys in the middle. I mean, rounds, when they go straight, they ricochet, they can go wherever they want. So you want to be careful what you're shooting at. Now as the friendly forces, as the guys are working with, they're moving through the village to clear, they're going to the house number, they're looking to pick up the stolen item, the stolen 50 cal that we've been searching for. And they go in there and the 2 guys ran out the back. So those guys, they go running down into the riverbed thinking nobody saw them. So the Apaches have eyes on these guys. They run out with the 50 cal. The Apaches say, they got eyes on, we have eyes on. They go running into the riverbed. When the guys get to the riverbed, they think that they're safe. They just sit there. And right when they stop moving, the Apaches lit them up. And when I say lit them up, it was nothing. It looked like white. I don't even know how to explain it. It's pitch black out, and all of a sudden, just all you see is white. Everything just turns white from the shots and everything hitting the ground. Not white. I don't know if that's the right word. It looks like sparks. There you go. It's a lot better. Sparks. It just looks like an insane amount of sparks. They eliminate the 2 guys. Now, when they eliminated the 2 guys, and that's when everything started to get kicked off because then the cockroaches came out. Then the cockroaches came out to play. They ran out of, I just remember I was sitting up there with a 240 and I saw about 10 guys just come out of this one culotte. We had eyes on, we know which culottes and which buildings are good and which ones are bad. And of course we have identifiers on which buildings are bad, and one of the bad buildings had about 10 dudes run out of it. And they ran from one into the bushes into the other ones, just sketchy shit. And I just remember the guy that was sitting in the field next to me, he just said, "Nah, don't shoot at him, don't shoot at him." It was almost like watching a football game. I'm on the sideline just kind of like making sure nothing happens. That's pretty much what we did. And as we went through, we had a little bit more inexperienced guy that never got to go out with us too often, but he went out and try to get him on some trigger time. So he's on the back of a 50 cal, I remember this. And I'm looking this way, and he's looking this way. He's just one of my guys, actually, at this time. And I remember the friendlies in the village, they were clearing through, and they had some squirters start going out. And like I said, we're not there to shoot. But he decided, he kind of got trigger happy when he shot at the guy, but he didn't realize he was shooting a 50 cal. But he shot the 50 cal at the guy, didn't hit him, and it just bounced and started skipping that way. And he got his ass chewed out. Oh, it was so bad on the back of that hillside. I'm surprised he didn't have his ass whooped, to be honest with you. But that's a different story, and it wasn't me that was doing it, so I just kind of, like I said, I was just sitting back watching, having a good old jolly time. So as all this is going on, they clean up, they recover the 50 cal, Now, at the same time, they've dropped, I think, maybe 2 500-pounders at this point, 500-pound bombs on targets and buildings and whatnot. Like, you got the okay to drop them, so they're going to drop them. So we exfil, we go back. And by this point, we had been out there for probably 6 or 7 hours. There's a lot of stuff that was going on. So we get back, and I remember we were all so tired. And so we came back, and I laid down next to my vehicle because I was really tired. I knew we were going to have to go back out. The sun was just starting to come up. And I laid down, and all of a sudden I hear, like just giant. And I didn't really realize what it was. I thought it was incoming. So all I did was I just kind of like rolled up underneath the vehicle and just tried to go back to sleep because I didn't really care at this point, so I was so tired. And then it went off like 2 or 3 more times. And I didn't realize that the guys that were clearing the village still, they were dropping more 500-pounders on more targets. So at this point, I think there had been 7 500-pound bombs dropped. And one of the craziest things that's ever happened, I don't know to this day if it's ever happened really. It probably has happened, but one of them didn't go off. One of them hit the ground and went straight back up like 2,500 feet in the air and then came back down. Now, that's probably one of the most absurd things I've ever heard. Now, the guy that, it's kind of funny, the way it works is it didn't go off, so he got in trouble. The guy that got called in and gave his initials for it. He got in trouble. I remember he got chewed out by the battalion commander later on, but that's like a different story. Our job at this point, because now I'm trying to go to sleep underneath this damn vehicle as they're still out there because we're coming back to refit. Now we got spun up like that instantly to go back out and try to recover this thing because the eye in the sky found the bomb where it was dropped. Now our job was to go in and recover a 500-pound bomb that the Taliban now had, and they were literally like, we have eyes on. I'm telling you right now that they have eyes on everything over there. They can see everything. They were watching them trying to dismantle this 500-pound bomb, which is crazy to me. I cannot imagine not having any knowledge of a bomb in general, or any 500-pound bomb, like any type of bomb that falls from the sky, and trying to dismantle it to use it. It's just, that's their kind of mindset. So our job was to go out there and get it. Now, I remember on the way out there, I was thinking to myself, like, what idiot, what absolute just retard goes out and thinks it's okay to pull, and they drug this giant bomb into their clot with donkeys and whatever the hell else they use, and they're trying to dismantle it. That right there just blew my mind. And anyway, they did it. I remember we're on the way out there, and we're driving, and at this point we'd probably been up for, I don't know, very long time. I remember these kids, these little shithead kids. We would come through and they hated us so much. Like, the amount of hatred these kids have in their eyes is absurd. But they would throw rocks and everything else we have at them, or have at us, and it was just sketchy and just, I don't know why I remember that so vividly. Driving through that little tiny village that we never drove through. This was on the outskirts going around, and they all just came out and they started throwing rocks at us. And I just remember thinking to myself, son of a bitch, this doesn't feel right. And I wasn't the only one that felt that way. We actually stopped and turned around and went back because I don't really, honestly, like, this was 4 years ago, so I don't really remember what the whole deal was, why we turned around, but I do remember sitting up, and because I was in the gunner seat, like I said, and I remember having these little shitheads throw rocks at us. So, I go back to the 500-pound bomb. Sorry, I'm like all over the place, scatterbrained. It's hard when I'm trying to tell a story that's 4 years old. I'm trying to. So they go out, and the team that's already out there, we go back out. Now we're just pulling. We're on our way to go help them recover this 500-pound bomb. Now the EOD team that was out there, so they got the guys. They put some explosives on it. They blew that thing up in place, and it probably took out a half a block of houses. So that's what they get for trying to steal a 500-pound bomb that was dropped. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I think the total kill count for that night was like 25, 26, 27, something like that. It was a really effective night for. They got the job done. They got back to 50 cal, and like I said, I wasn't a part of any of the actual. I was in the Overwatch, just kind of hanging out, but I'm still going to share the experience because it was just an amazing sight to see the AC-130 shoot from the sky, because I was like shooting like instantly dark out and then light, then dark, then light. Like when it shot, it was crazy, and that was a total different experience for me. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I feel like I'm like leaving out small tidbits of stuff that I'm like forgetting because it's like patchy. I mean, it's 4 years ago, and all these kind of memories I tried to forget. Like I'm telling you right now, when I came back from Afghanistan, I was like forcing myself to do whatever I could to forget them. But once I started talking about them and talking about them, it just made it was so much easier. This one doesn't really bother me. Now the ones after this that you guys are going to hear when we go to a different area of the country, that's when it goes from like bad to worse to even more worse. Like August was probably the worst month of my life for me. That was a brutal month. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I'm sorry if this video was kind of all over the place. I'm trying to explain it as best as I can. I'll make sure these next few videos you guys will enjoy a lot. I promise you, because I remember these ones very vividly, and I've got a lot of pictures to go with it. I had a lot of this is the part of Afghanistan where I remember a lot, and took a lot of photos. So I guess stay tuned till next Monday, and thanks for the support. Just remember what I said. Any veteran out there, remember what I said at the very beginning of this video. It'll get better with time. But other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow morning and again next Monday with the Military Monday.